What are you doing? Good. It's good. I woke up in the morning and I'm still here. Oh, but although my back's a little better, this will have to be a short one today. Oh my Lord. Here we are in beautiful, stupid phone, quiet, beautiful downtown Crestline in the San Bernardino Mountains of Southern California's Inland Empire. No fires here. So far, we're safe. It's cold, but the power is on and we're safe. And it's supposed to rain this weekend. Up here on the mountain, we'll probably get snow. Uh, haven't been sleeping well, partly due to back pain and partly due to cats. I'm talking about you, Smokey Sue. When I go to bed, they start running around and jumping. They jump on me, they run across me, and then they start shredding things and knocking things off the table. Hi, Jan, welcome in. I was going to play a clip from a video of Rupert Sheldrake, but I can't find it. So I'll kind of summarize it. Oh, Tora, get off me. I'm in enough pain without you pokey pausing me. They want their treats. Rotten cats. Here. There we go. And Tora and Sweetie. Okay. Yeah, they are zoomies. Zooming around the house. Why do they have to do it at 1 o'clock in the morning? Oh, I think because the lights are out, it's more fun in the dark. The whew, my back, like I said, it's a little better, not super better. Anyway, um, Rupert Sheldrake was talking about the problem of gravity in the universe. Um, the Big Bang and all that, and the fact that the universe would collapse down to nothing if gravity were the only force. So Einstein, in his equations, created what he called the cosmological constant, of force that opposes gravity and keeps matter in existence, stops matter from smashing together until we have nothing but a black hole. Well, problems have arisen because in examining galaxies, it appears that they should fall apart. A star should be constantly escaping from galaxies. Hi, Weta. Welcome in. So, based on the amount of matter in a galaxy, and therefore the force of gravity in a galaxy, it should fall apart. And all the stars in the galaxy should just wander through space as individual stars because gravity is not strong enough because everything in a galaxy is in motion. It can escape gravity. This is what Rupert Sheldrake said, but I'm not saying it as well as he did. And I can't find the clip. Anyway, so therefore there must be something like dark matter, the astrophysicist said, something that's keeping the galaxies put together. Now, Sheldrake did not mention this, but I'm aware of cases in which a single star does escape a galaxy and go wandering through space all by itself, but they're rare. Whatever that means. So, anyway, they come up with all this dark matter to hold the galaxies together through the force of gravity. But then they discover that the universe is expanding, it's getting bigger and bigger. Things are getting farther apart all the time. But with all this dark matter, now they do this all in mathematical equations, much more than actually looking at the universe to see what it does. But with all this dark matter, the universe should be getting smaller through the force of gravity. So there must be something called dark energy that keeps the universe expanding. No one has observed, sorry, my back hurts. No one has observed dark matter or dark energy. It's just a number in the equation to balance it so that the mathematical equation describes what they observe when they look through their telescopes. So that's a clumsy synopsis of what Rupert Sheldrake was talking about. And I've heard it from others. Many physicists laugh at these ideas of dark matter and dark energy, and for good reason. It's so woo-woo. Stuff you can't see, you can't detect in any way, but it has to be there or the universe falls apart. Now, myself, I've always wondered why galaxies don't get bigger. If the universe is expanding, why aren't galaxies expanding? If you look at the claw my chair, Tora. Knock it off. She isn't upset at all. She's just sitting there saying, "Where's my treats?" Hi, what's next? Welcome in. I mean, according to Stephen Hawking and others, the universe began as like nothing that became something. And it got bigger and bigger. All the things in it got bigger and bigger. So, if all the galaxies and stars and planets were getting bigger, maybe we wouldn't notice because the things we measure them with are getting bigger and bigger. Right, inventive goldfish. No treats for clawing my chair. Cats look upon treats as their rights. I put food in your cat dish. Anyway, I think that the ancient Greek philosophers found this dark matter and dark energy, but modern physics rejects it. They called it ether. AETHER. Now we know that outer space is not completely empty. There's all kinds of electromagnetic rays going through it, starlight, cosmic rays, etc. And there is actually matter in, quote, air quotes, empty space. It is not empty. And they've even calculated that it would, all the energy and all the stars in the universe would not provide enough energy. Tora, get off my desk. Would not provide enough energy to lower the temperature of I think it was a millimeter. It might have been a centimeter. Yeah, that sounds right. A square centimeter to reduce it to the temperature of absolute zero. You see, there's this thing called the background radiation, 3 degrees Kelvin, that is evidence for the Big Bang. Well, it isn't just way out there in the universe somewhere. It's everywhere. There's your dark energy. It isn't dark at all. We've detected it. As for dark matter, well, we know that space is not completely empty. There are bits of matter. Maybe atoms, maybe just subatomic particles, but they're everywhere. They aren't dark. We've detected them, but the scientists, with their vast knowledge, just don't make the connection. Let's see, let's Google ether. AETHER. No, I don't want ether drift. I just want ether, you idiot. Stupid Google girl's name. No. Here we go. In Greek mythology, It thought I misspelled a girl's name. All right. In Greek mythology, ether, and it's spelled several different ways, is the personification of the bright upper sky. According to Hesiod, he was the son of Erebus, darkness, and Nyx, night. Oh, ether's a male, and the brother of Hemera, day. I don't want to do Wikipedia. Well, I'd better add to my search terms Greek philosophy. Here we go. In Greek mythology and philosophy, ether is the pure fresh air or clear sky that fills the space where the gods live. It is also the name of the deity who personifies this space. Now let's try would it be medieval or Renaissance? We'll try medieval. By the way, it is not pronounced medieval. It's medieval. In medieval philosophy, ether was the fifth element or quintessence that filled the universe beyond the terrestrial sphere. It was used to explain natural phenomena like light and gravity. There we go. Another thing that Rupert Sheldrake pointed out. Newton formulated a theory of gravity, but other scientists objected. For example, the moon affects the tides on Earth by the force of gravity. How does gravity cross through empty space? We've tried and tried. We haven't really been able to, well, the scientists haven't been able to conclude whether gravity is a wave or a particle or how does it travel through empty space? Well, if space is not empty, problem solved. But they just can't have the ether because that's the thoughts of ignorant medieval philosophers. Yes, Jan, these problems are more biblical than they expected, and they try to avoid that. Well, if there's an ether, oh, and light, how does light travel through empty space? Well, that's a little easier because light is now considered a wavicle, a particle that waves. Gravity, we can't find gravity particles. We can't say that it's strictly a wave either. We don't know what it is. So, of course, there's the theory that it creates a dip in space, like a bowling ball on a trampoline. Everything tends to roll toward it. Well, if space is empty, how does it create a dip in nothing? I suggest that we need to bring back the ether. Rupert Sheldrake did not mention ether. This is my idea. Let's see, medieval scholastic philosophers granted ether changes of density in which the bodies of the planets were considered to be denser than the medium which filled the rest of the universe. Robert Flood stated that the ether was of the character that it was subtler than light. Okay, let's get rid of that. One of the problems is that if there is an ether, it shoots down the Michelson-Morley experiment, which supposedly confirmed something of Einstein's. They looked at a star during a solar eclipse, and the gravity of the sun bent the light waves. And that's supposed to confirm something about gravity. It's morning. I can't think straight. Okay, let's see. I think that was in the 19 teens or 20s. Michelson-Morley experiment. The Michelson-Morley experiment was an attempt to measure the motion of the Earth relative to the luminiferous ether, a supposed medium permeating space. Oh, really? I want a little more info, but not from Wikipedia. Michelson and Morley expected to find that two light beams arrived at the detector at different times. Instead, they found that no matter which direction light traveled, it always moved at the same speed, indicating that the ether does not exist. Oh, start date 1887? The conclusion of the Michelson-Morley experiment comes out to be negative. It means that they found no difference between the speed of light while traveling through ether. What did Einstein say about the Michelson-Morley experiment? Oops. Einstein's reticence to acknowledge the Michelson-Morley experiment has been well documented. Okay. And when? H-E-N. Between April and July of 1887. Boy, maybe I've got the wrong experiment. So they showed that the ether does exist. I give up. It's morning, brain's fried. Space-time dimensions are being added to theories of gravity now. Hi, Jason. Welcome in. Yeah, gravity could be magnetic. That some recent experiments seem to indicate that, but since they aren't academic scholars and scientists working for universities, nobody will listen to them. Great links, Witta. Thank you. Okay. Well, I'm tired of the wacko theories of other dimensions. A dimension is not a place that you go to. It's a direction in which you can move. For example, the sphere who visited the Flatlander in that awesome little book, Flatland, the sphere was not in another universe. It was simply traveling in a different direction that the little Flatlander could not access. But there are other realms. REALM, realm, that might be separate from our reality, that are places where you can go if you can survive the trip. Now, light, being both a wave and a particle, I forget the name of the experimenters, but they used slits in a screen, and the same light wave could act as if it were a particle or as a wave, or I guess it depended upon which slit in the uh, cardboard it went through. Light can travel in nothing, it carries its own matter and its own energy. But gravity, that's really a problem. If gravity depends on warping or bending space, actually space time, of course, nobody has tried this, but they say that time slows down near a black hole. It probably slows down near anything with mass, but to such a small degree that we can't detect it. Gravity is a puzzle. Could be magnetic. There are some people who have shown that it probably is magnetic or something like magnetism. That still doesn't explain how it moves through empty space, unless the ether, which modern scientists reject, uh, what does gravity travel through? We can't detect anything in the way of gravity particles. Oh, hi, Angela. Welcome in. Oh, North Carolina. Oh, man. The people there, the floods. I hope they get some help. I'm sure that from what I've seen, the private charities are doing what they can, but it's awful. People are living in tents with little propane heaters, and it's snowing. They have snow. It's cold. Yeah, I'm about half an hour in. Uh, uh, I was talking about the universe and gravity and expansion of the universe and what the heck is gravity and the ether, AETHER, which modern scientists reject because the idea was formulated by those, quote, air quotes, ignorant medieval scholars. The Middle Ages were not dark. I think our darkest time was what is called the Enlightenment. It's when both governments and professional organizations started squashing free thought and free speculation and free investigation of the world around us. Well, I was trying, Freeman, to summarize what Rupert Sheldrake said, but I couldn't. I wanted to play his clip, but I couldn't find it. Uh, and welcome in, Freeman. I think there's a good argument for the existence of ether, the fabric of space. We know that outer space is not empty. It's full of cosmic rays, which is why they have to be shielded when they fly to the moon. It's full of light from all the stars. And I'll bet it's full of dust that sloughs off of planets and moons. Ether. Yeah, space time, Jason. But that's a level above what I'm trying to describe. Yeah, Ether was a male god. And the ancient Greeks also um, called the outer reaches of our sky ether, and it was the realm where the gods lived. The gods being apparently some of our planets in our solar system. Hi Angus, welcome in. My back is slightly better. But and the power is still on. I guess enough people complained loudly enough that Edison decided not to shut off our power unless there's real danger and not just, well, Maybe, maybe the wind will get stronger. Or they aren't shutting down the whole mountain because there's some wind in a small isolated area. I still remember the old fire of 2003. The worst part of it was that there was no electricity because there's a huge pole and line type tower bringing the high voltage electricity up here so it can be stepped down and delivered to homes. And it was one of the first things that burned in the fire. So it took a long, long time. It took weeks to get power back on the mountain. And no, not a single house in Crestline, where I live, not one single house burned down. One particular house, they call it half burned. The attached garage burned down, but the firefighters were able to save the house. I happen to know the lady who lives in that house. Well, Jason, California designated, I think it was $84 million to solve the homeless problem. They were supposed to build housing, not one housing unit has been built for even one homeless person. And they don't know where the money went. It's either million or billion. It was some ungodly amount of money. Oh, I don't care about TikTok. By the way, they say that you can go to the TikTok website and use that. It's just the app that doesn't work. But I'm not interested in TikTok. I wouldn't pay a dime for it. But for the people who have been making a living on TikTok, making videos, that's a problem. Yeah, I'm pretty sure TikTok is unbanned, uh, at least temporarily. Yeah, I don't like YouTube Shorts either, even though I've done a couple kind of by accident. I pre-recorded it on my phone, and YouTube said, "Oh, this is a short." But usually I go much longer than a short. No, it's not. Oh, yeah, Wita, is it? I heard there was snow in Florida. Do you have snow? Not yet, eh? It's north of you. Oh, 45 degrees. Lucky you. Let me see what my phone says it is here in beautiful downtown Crestline. They, my phone claims it's 50 degrees. I don't believe it. Let me get my actual thermometer. Yeah, it's okay. It's 60 degrees in the house, at least up on top of the chest, not on the floor where my feet are. And I have the heater going full blast. Okay, what does my computer say it is? I believe this one. My computer says it's 45 degrees. That's more like what I felt when I went outside to feed the spare cats. Uh, I can't go much longer today. The evil back is killing me, even on Great Granny's rocking chair. Well, I should put a thermometer outside. I had one, but it fell off the wall and the glass tube broke, so it doesn't work anymore. Jan, it was 2023, end of February and beginning of March when we got snowed in. Uh, oh boy. I didn't sleep well because of the cats jumping on me and running on me, running across me while I tried to sleep. I'm better than I was last week, but man, yeah, the wildfires are scary, but they are not here. There was a brush fire at Little Mountain, which is basically a small hill down in the San Bernardino Valley. It kind of sits by itself, but they have fires on Little Mountain 2 or 3 times a year, and they're almost always arson fires. Some people have nothing better to do than to set the brush on fire. But our mountain is relatively safe. In the national forest, they actually do mitigation and prevention. Like clearing the brush and removing dead trees. And we've had lots of controlled burns besides. We did have one big fire recently. It was in 2024. I forget the exact date. The line fire. But all that burned was an uninhabited slope. Because our firefighters have enough water, enough personnel, and enough equipment to fight a fire. Now, one house did burn down in that line fire. It was right up on the ridge where the fire hit the top of the mountain. Well, the top of that slope, anyway. Um, and it was tragic and sad and awful for the people who lived in that house. But it was only one. I'm tired of seeing clips of our governor, Gruesome Newscomb. He seems overjoyed that he can reimagine the community that burned down. What he's talking about is 15-minute cities. High density housing, no cars allowed. Uh, Tiny cottages to live in, no gardens, no lawns. No backyard for the children to play in. Yeah, right. Like he that's their idea of paradise. Doesn't sound like it to me. Okay. I'm trying to go back and see what Jan said. I guess the Palisades fire bears eerie resemblance to the fire in Maui in Hawaii, and the way the government handled the aftermath. Uh, no water in the fire hydrants. That's one box ticked. Not enough firefighters. Total, everything the government did made it worse. And after 2 years, people are finally allowed to go in and look at the piles of ashes that used to be their homes. They've had to continue paying their mortgages, whether they're landlords or homeowners, on piles of rubble. And some of them, not everyone, But some people got $750 from FEMA. Uh, Not everyone qualified. They're being pressured to sell their empty, vacant lots for pennies on the dollar of what they're worth. Oh, Lita, you can join Facebook if you want. I don't do much on Facebook, but I'm on it. Uh, yeah, Jan, if you email me, I can uh, give Wita your email. Remember, it's Kitty's Cats 777 at gmail.com. Oh, okay. Uh, I have this email primarily to keep track of what I spend on the cats. But other than Chewy, I don't do any kind of business with that email, so it's okay for me to put it out like this for anybody to email me. And I don't do anything financial on my phone. All these companies keep offering me, oh, a $50 gift card or a 50% discount or whatever when you use our app. No, thank you. I'll use the website on a computer that has better protection than phones, which are so easy to hack. Oh, in Maui, $750 will probably get one night in a hotel and maybe some food to go with it for one day. But see, Lahaina, the town that burned, is a sacred plot of land for the native people. It was where their emperor lived, or king. I guess king. They didn't have an empire. I can't. Only name I can remember is King Kamehameha, and that's actually a shortened version of his name for us clumsy non-Hawaiians. Yeah, California lost a lot, and the fire now, the biggest fire that I know of is in Castaic, which is at the foot of the Grapevine, where the 5 freeway, the Interstate 5, takes you up into central and northern California and goes all the way to Oregon and Washington. It's near Magic Mountain. God, it hurts. And the usual shenanigans of FEMA. I know it happened in Maui and it also happened in North Carolina. Charities would bring in truck and car loads of water and food and blankets and stuff, and FEMA would confiscate it and say that's ours. And not they did not give it out to the people. FEMA just kind of kept it, threw out some of it. In California, people are being offered $770, but many people don't qualify to get even that. There's problems in South Carolina and Tennessee and Florida. From what I hear, Florida's doing a better job as a state than FEMA is. They've at least rebuilt bridges and stuff like that. Um, yeah, I just got a pack of 6 eggs for $7. It was like used to be $2 or $3 a dozen. Even the cheap eggs are outrageously expensive. Last time I bought a dozen, it was $8, and at the grocery store last week, uh, it was $9. So I just bought 6 eggs. No, it wasn't $9. It was closer to 10. Anyway, um, I was going to say something. Oh, I can't manage going to the grocery store. So I got some food delivered. Our local Goodwin's Market, it's very good. Good service, good food, the best prices they can give us. And I had ordered half a pound of ground beef. We call it hamburger meat. But the price had come down. So they gave me a full pound for the price that the website quoted for half a pound. Very nice. And it was fresh and it was good. I think I ate something bad yesterday. And I'm kind of over that now. But I've come to the conclusion that my back problem is really kidney stones. So I'm doing what I can about kidney stones. I've had them before. I'm wondering who all got pardons from Biden. Now the mainstream, the legacy media are up in arms because Trump pardoned people from J6. Those people actually went to jail and went to prison for 4 years. They did not get off scot-free. They did not get pardoned before they were even charged with a crime. Well, one way or another, we need to learn the truth. The American people deserve to know what really happened. Well, Freeman, if you have a piece of radium, you're a dead man. That stuff is deadly. Marie Curie, who investigated radium, died from cancer because of exposure to radium. Don't put a candle, lit or otherwise, in a microwave. Wax, candle wax, will start a fire that you cannot put out. You will no longer have a microwave. Right, Smoky Sue? Yeah, well, you're an asshole. You really are. She gets under the pillow, right where my head is, and is insulted when I make her move. Well, there's plenty of people who did not get pardons. The people working for the people who got pardoned. This is not the end, it's only the beginning. Yeah, Smoky Sue is good at cute kitty cat sounds. Oh boy. But Tora and Sweetie have the heating pads, huh, Sweetie? Huh, Tora? Oh boy. I guess I should get going and make something to eat. Man. Well, at least I'm not freezing in the dark this week. But it might happen tonight or tomorrow. They might shut off the power. But I'm better prepared this time. Yep. Well, last night, around 1, when the 3 spare cats Well, I guess they're a little more than spares. Smokey, Tutu, and 3C, I just opened the door and let them go outside to play. And sure enough, this morning they were at the door waiting for me to let them in. Yeah, Witta, thanks. It's been fun. I'm wondering if a VPN would allow you to use the TikTok app. If you put your phone on the internet and you're using a VPN that says you're in, oh, I don't know, Brazil or Germany or something, maybe you could use TikTok. Hi, Pio, welcome in. You were put into isolation? That sucks. Isolation room. Oh, that's where they put you for a timeout because you're too upset. No fun. I texted you last night, Freeman, because the cats woke me up and I saw a message on my phone. And then I went back to bed. Oh, you're in isolation for a virus or something. I'm sorry, Pio. We got to pray for your healing. Oh, man. I wish I could find that Rupert Sheldrake clip. I'm pretty sure I know which video it's in, but it's a long video. Oh, Lord. My back is killing me. Ah, it feels better when I lean forward. Oh, I'm glad your tests for the whatever it is were negative, Pio. I have to figure out what I'm going to eat. My tummy's still a little upset. I have a back brace. Sometimes I use it, but sometimes it just makes it worse. I think it's kidney stones anyway. Oh, whooping cough. Yeah, that's pertussis. Same thing. Whooping cough. Not whooping cough. Whooping is when you get spanked, yeah, as a child or beat up as an adult. It's whooping, because when you have pertussis, you make this whooping sound. Whoo, whoo. I can't recreate it exactly because I don't have whooping cough. But your throat is damaged, and when you breathe, you whoop. Well, whooping cough is pretty much wiped out in the United States because we have a vaccine for it. I got that vaccination in fifth grade, so I was 10 years old. It was a DPT. It covered 3 diseases: diphtheria, pertussis, which is whooping cough, and tetanus. And I've had boosters over the years. Hi, Deech. Sorry. I'm getting ready to wind things down. Yeah, I'm glad you popped in. Oh, Widow, you can't trust eBay prices. I'm going to go to Google and do just silver spot price. That's for um, just any kind of silver, junk silver, silver bars. Scroll down through the ads. I didn't used to have to do this. These are all ads. Price of silver per ounce today, $30.57. Ah, silver was $30 an ounce in the 80s, the mid 80s, mid to late 1980s. But that was when I think it was Koch brothers, were speculating and driving up the price so they could sell high after buying low. Well, I have a few old silver quarters. They're beat up. They've been in circulation. So I might get the spot price if I had to sell them. But I don't have any, I think I have maybe four or five silver quarters that were dad's. Yeah, I don't have 1,000 subscribers either, Jason. I think I have almost 700, but I can't monetize YouTube anyway because the PayPal that they use back more than 10 years ago now, I think 15 years ago, kicked me off of their Google Pay. And they didn't say why, so I had to guess. But I had earned a whole $20. Took me 2 years to earn $20, and their minimum payout was 50. So, I can't monetize anyway. That's why I put links in the description when I remember to do that, where you can just donate to me if you feel inspired and you can spare, $5 or whatever. Not a problem. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'd love to win the lottery, but it isn't likely at all. I guess it's time to get going and start the day. Thanks, Stitch. I can't even think. I'm trying to type. Can't go live with the phone. So Jason would benefit from TikTok. Almost everything on TikTok is from a phone. Uh, Jason, I can go live on my phone now, but when I couldn't, I would record something and upload it, and it would take a long, long time, but it would get uploaded. See you all next time, next Thursday morning, or whenever I have something to say. Bye.